Once upon a time, there were two best friends, and their names were Frog and Toad. And they both hopped to their homes, and they waved to all their friends in the forest, and they went inside, and they all hibernated for the winter. And they slept and slept, and slumbered, drooled and drooled, dreamt and dreamed of all the wonderful things they were going to do in the coming year. But soon April came, and when April comes, what happens?
It's time to wake up!
Now, Frog was happy to get up and greet the spring. She came out of her home, did some spring stretches, looked around her house and repainted that door, cleaned those windows, said hello to the raccoon in the tree, and then hopped into the forest and was so happy to see everyone else. But she was looking around and didn't see Toad. So she hopped over to Toad's house. Looked around Toad's backyard, didn't see Toad. So she had to knock on the door. So she's gonna try to knock again. So she's gonna try again. Well, it seems that Toad doesn't want to come out, and it left Frog with not really knowing what to do. So Frog's gonna need some help to wake up Toad. So on the count of three, we're gonna say wake up Toad, it's springtime. 1, 2, 3. Toad came out the house and said, "Well, it's springtime, why didn't you say so?" And so they all decided to join together and celebrate the new spring. One day, Frog and Toad both went to check their mailboxes. Now, Frog always got a lot of letters. They say if you don't write letters, you won't get letters. I think that's an old saying because I get a lot of mail, junk mail. And so Frog went to go over to Toad's house to show Toad the letter she received. So when she got there, Toad was telling her that he never got any letters. And he didn't know why. It just made him really sad. So Frog felt bad because her friend was sad, so she had to figure out something to make her feel better. So she hopped back home. And meanwhile, Toad just went to his house, feeling all sad and rejected, pining out the window, and just wanted to be sad, saddy, sad face. So, Frog felt real bad. So Frog went inside her home, got some paper, and decided that she was gonna try to write Toad a letter. So she sat on her tree stump and started to write him a letter. And then she put a stamp on that letter. And then she went into the forest to find somebody to deliver those letters for her. Now, who do you think she asked to deliver the letters for her? No, not the bees. They're kind of sticky. Well, who else do you think she could have asked? No, not the birds. They tend to drop stuff. So if you didn't ask the bees and you didn't ask the birds, who do you think she could have asked? Yeah.
There he is. Wow, you're moving fast.
So Frog was going to get the snail to give some help because the snail would drop that letter. And so the snail said he would deliver the letter as fast as he could. No, wait right there. Yeah. Andrew. Hey, buddy, pick up your cookie and come up to the front. Spotlight by default. No. Stay on stage, sir. Yeah, stay on that tape. There you go. No. Right there. Put it down. Here we go, man.
Eating cookies, we're so happy eating cookies, we adore. Cookies, we go cookie eating cookies, baby, we're stop. Just one more. Eating cookies, we're so happy eating cookies, we adore. Cookies, we go cookie eating cookies, we will never stop. Let's have more. Cookies, chocolate chips.
Frog and Toad and all their friends have so much fun during the springtime. You wouldn't believe some of the things they did. They did stuff like plant gardens, fly kites, ride bicycles, throw baseballs, climb up trees, and fall out of trees. And after all that climbing and falling, they would drink Capri Sun and eat sandwiches. The days flew by and soon it was summer. What are some cool things we do in the summer? We do stuff like go swimming, ride our bicycles, go surfing. Didn't do that way. Shoot basketball. Play video games. Talk on a cell phone. You can talk on it? And drink lemonade. Now, what goes good with a tall, cool glass of lemonade? That's right. One sunny summer day, Frog was at her house, and Toad was at her house. Now, Frog was at the house bored out of her mind. There was nothing to do, no cell phone service in the forest, no Wi-Fi, just bored. There was no one to talk to, and she was bored out of her mind. So when she got bored, she just went inside and did boring things, like look out at the window, look out the other window, and looked at all the boring people looking at her being bored. And if you're that bored, I guess there's nothing else to do but go to sleep. Meanwhile, Toad didn't get bored. When Toad didn't have anything to do, Toad liked to bake stuff. So Toad went over to her outdoor kitchenette and rolled some dough. And after she rolled that dough, she went ahead and sprinkled some sugar on that. And she sprinkled some cinnamon on that. And then she sprinkled some vanilla on that. And then she was about to start it, but she realized she forgot something. So she ran back in the house to get the secret ingredient for Toad's special cookies. And so she's rummaging through the kitchen, finding things. She couldn't find it, and then, ha-ha! Ha-ha! Hot sauce, she found it. And so she went back over to her cookies, and she decided to put just a little bit of hot sauce on to give it that extra kick. And then she said, you know what? Forget that. She took the top off and just dumped it all on there. Gonna have a sinus cleansing. And so then she started her cookies. Then she went into the house to take a nap. Meanwhile, Frog was still bored. So Frog came out of her boring house. Thought maybe the raccoon could cheer her up, but boring. Hopped over into the woods, see if there was something to do behind that tree. Nothing, just boring trees. But wait, she could smell the aroma of some cookies. And she knew who liked to bake cookies. So she hopped over to Toad's house. And she looked around, didn't see Toad at home, but she knew Toad cooked those cookies outside. So she went over to that stove. And she opened that stove. When she opened the stove, Toad could tell that the cookies were being opened. And she tried to come out and stop Frog. And before she could do it, Frog ate it. And it was hot. I mean, really hot. And so Frog and Toad had an idea. They said, hey, let's share these cookies with everybody else in the forest. So they got their cookies. Now, little forest animals can't resist cookies. And so they gave them their cookies. And before they eat their cookies, they have to raise their cookies to have a cookie toast. To all the cookies I have ever devoured in my lifetime and will devour, and when you get older, they'll tell you not to devour them anymore. We salute these cookies. After all, what is the fun of having super duper hot cookies if you can't share them with all your friends?
Eating cookies, we're so happy. Eating cookies, 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 we adore. Cookies, 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 we go cookie eating, cookies, cookies, stop. Just one more.
I can't hear you!
Eating cookies, we're so happy. Eating cookies, 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 we adore. Cookies, 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 we go cookie eating, cookies, we don't ever stop. Let's have more. Cookies, chocolate chips.
Here we go. Let's sing.
Down the hill, we are sliding down the hill, cookies flying down the hill. What a thrill, so exciting, it's a thrill to be riding down the hill.
But everything was not okay. The hill grew steeper and the sled started going faster and faster.
Now, autumn came, and the leaves started falling from the trees. Frog decided to hop over to Toad's house. And Toad decided to hop over to Frog's house. Now, when Frog got over to Toad's house, he was looking around the yard. He was like, man, this is a mess. Look at all this trash around this yard. And then meanwhile, Toad was over at Frog's house looking like, man, look at all these leaves. He was thinking he better get that cleaned up before HOA get him. So, what Frog decided to do was to rake up the leaves in Toad's yard. So he started raking with a new special kind of rake that you do like that. Yeah, keep raking. And Toad decided to rake up the leaves in Frog's yard with that same kind of rake. It's a new invention, 1995, the patent on that one. And so, it was real hot that day. So, Toad decided to get some of his friends to help him out. And Frog decided to get some of his friends to help him out. And they all started raking with these new rakes. That, you had to give me one of those. And so they worked real hard until they had 2 piles of leaves of rakes that they raked up. And when they finished raking, they gave each other high fives, and they wanted to sit down and take a break. And so they sat down for lunch. And there was a few more leaves that she didn't get. There we go. And so they were eating lunch, and they were talking and laughing, playing rock, paper, scissors, joking around, until they finally got sleepy from that lunch and took a nap. Now, all the animals were out there helping, except the squirrels. Do you guys think the squirrels helped anybody do anything? No! Yeah, because the squirrels, all they cared about was gathering their own food, and they snuck around the forest, and they laughed like this. And so instead of helping, this is what those squirrels did. And they got those leaves, they jumped on them and kicked them and stomped them and threw them and tossed them and threw everything to them and danced on them and jumped on them and just had a party on them. And then they snuck off into the woods with that evil laugh. So when Frog woke up, he looked around and he saw that all those leaves were messed up. And when Toad woke up, he looked around and saw those leaves that got messed up, and they were mad. I mean, furious. I mean, just downright, just indifferent. I mean, really upset. Madder than that. And when they woke their friends up, their friends were upset too. Just like, oh my goodness. But in the end, what did Frog and Toad learn? What did they learn? And guess who was still trying to deliver their mail? Who was trying to deliver the mail? And so it took so long for that snail to get there. It became winter in your spot. And what are some cool things we do in the wintertime? We do stuff like drink hot chocolate and put on earmuffs and put on big coats, warm our hands by the fire, and throw snowballs at your parents. Well, after they got through throwing those snowballs at you guys, one day Frog wanted to go sledding with Toad. But, come up here guys, they wanted to go sledding, and Toad said, Toad didn't like doing that dangerous stuff. Frog said, it's gonna be fun. And Toad said, Frog said, come on, man. Everybody's gonna be there. And Toad said, Frog said, there's gonna be pizza there. And Toad said, Toad wasn't having it. So Frog just kept pleading with Toad, and he finally convinced him to go on a sleigh ride. So hey, we're gonna go on a sleigh ride. Are you ready, everybody? Then away we go. Down that hill, what?
What a thrill, so exciting, little thrill to be riding down the hill.
But everything was not okay. The hill grew steeper and the sled started going faster and faster.
So the sled crashed. And everybody's like hurt, like you're like not moving. Now, when that sled crashed, Frog was a little bit upset with Toad. Toad was upset with Frog. Now, Frog tried to crawl over there to apologize to Toad, but Toad kept thinking about that accident, and he made him so mad, Toad said he was never gonna speak to Frog again. But just when he said that, guess who finally arrived? Wait a minute, guess who finally arrived? And the snail gave the letter to Toad. Toad looked at that letter and he read it, and they realized that they were best friends after all. They were best friends after all. And the best friends shook hands. And then they decided to go back to their homes because they were gonna hibernate for the winter again. So Frog said goodbye to everybody. Good night, Toad. I'm sorry. Good night, Frog. Frog is over here. Good night. And then they waved to Toad. Good night, Toad. Toad, we waved at you, Toad. Yeah, he was like, man, y'all ease up off me. And he went to his home, and they hibernated again for the winter. But soon, April came. And when April comes, do you remember what happens? And so all of the animals in the forest stood up and celebrated a whole new year. Everybody stood up and celebrated. All the children stood up to celebrate another year with Frog and Toad. Here we go, last one. Make it good. Here we go.
The sun is out, the sky is clear. We came back, spring's almost here. So let's begin a year with Frog and Toad. The sun is out, the sky is clear. We came back, spring's almost here. So let's begin another year.
Come on.
A year with Frog and Toad.
Take a bow, take a bow, take a bow, take a bow. All right.